I just stopped at the gas station here to get my water for the gym. I'm in neutral. I thought I was in reverse. But anyway, so I like this camera angle better, don't you? What, I was gonna say something. What was I? Oh yeah. Alright, so here's what I'm struggling with. Oh, the problems, I know. I'm thinking about getting a high definition camcorder, but what I love so much about the iPhone 4 is that it's very good video quality, certainly for a cell phone, for these kinds of videos. And I mean, it's so, I don't know, if I get a camcorder, I'm not going to use it as much as I would use this, so is it worth the money? Now, of course, it's better quality. I mean, a high-def camcorder is just beautiful. And I know I would play with it at first, and I know I would bring it places. But the key to doing regular video blogs is that it has to be easy both in the shooting aspect of it and the editing aspect of it. You've noticed that recently I've been posting videos on a daily basis practically on one channel or another, depending on which ones you're subscribed to and if you're following me on Facebook. If you do get confused by all the different videos, the best way, if you want to have access to all of them, is I think the easiest way is to just look at them on Twitter, because every video I make, I will post on Twitter, and then you can just kind of go down the line, because I rarely make tweets that are not video tweets. So let's, for that camera angle. Okay, yeah, I think that I definitely don't put the camera up there again. I'm going to the gym today, and I'll be honest, I have been struggling with wanting to do my weights lately. I love doing my cardio, though, and I know that's usually the other way around for a lot of guys in particular, or people, I guess. But I really enjoy the cardio quite a bit. And the weights are okay, too. I'm listening to this audiobook, Talent is Overrated, right? And it's basically a book on how the super successful people in the world get that way. Because I think humans have a tendency to look at highly accomplished people as gifted or as just somehow amazing, when in reality, it's the overwhelming majority of the time, if not all the time, it's just people who have dedicated themselves to their task over the top and just made sure that they are as good as they can possibly be at whatever it is they want to do. And what does that have to do with anything? You'll find the most satisfaction when you are going at your maximum level to what you're capable of doing. But if you try and do more than that, it becomes frustrating. And if you do less than that, it becomes boring. So it's finding just that exact moment. I know exactly what they're talking about in whatever task it is that you're looking for. About to wrap up my workout right now, but whew, God, I'm sweating. I don't even feel like I was sweating that much. Sorry, that's disgusting. But anyway, pretty good work. I did an hour on the elliptical, did like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes on weights. So, yeah. Seriously, isn't she beautiful? Alright, so I thought I'd set up the camera and I'd play Frisbee with the dogs for a second. You know, I was worried that at first that I might knock the phone over, but then I'm like, so what? So what if the camera gets knocked down? It's just an iPhone. It's not easy to break when it's that low to the ground, you know what I mean? But, yeah, they got very close a few times and almost knocked the camera down. You know what this reminds me of? This is like the director's cut of my video blog. That's what this is. I'm telling you what happened behind the scenes here. Now, is this the... No, this isn't the one, but yeah, look at this. She actually catches this, but I didn't get it, but it was still a cool shot anyway. So that's Ashley. Ashley just got her internet hooked up. Yeah, I can see you much better in real life than you can on this camera. But how is your high-speed internet doing well? Yeah. So I finally did it. I bought Angry Birds for iPhone, and it's got to be the stupidest game I have ever played in my life. I played the free version. All right, so you put these birds in a slingshot and you like shoot them, and I mean shoot them at stuff to knock it down. It's very morbid. Gosh, it's addicting. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, who comes up with this? Don't forget to watch the video on my main channel tomorrow with Dr. Dunbar. Very intellectually stimulating video if you're into dog training. I'm on my way to the store right now. I've got to get some dog food, and then I've got to stop by the grocery store and get, I'm going to go with fish. Because I like to rotate between chicken and fish a lot with their premium dog food. Because I like them to get a little more protein than what is in most dog foods. And, you know, eventually I'd like to get to the point where I cook for my dogs. But number one, I can barely stand my cooking, and they have more refined tastes than I do. I just bought my dog food from this pet supply store. That is a national chain. And, you know, I have the little card that you can give them and they can check you out, right? And they had originally told me, look, after you buy 10 bags of dog food, you get like the 11th one free or the 10th one free. I don't know. But apparently they don't do that anymore. So I call the number because I get the receipt, and the lovely cashier, who's the sweetest girl in the world, she's up there every time I go up there. And she's like, well, you have to call this number to get your, you get $5 off for every 100 you spend. So I'm like, okay, you know, $5 is $5. I'll call them up, and hopefully they can just notate my account so the next time I check out, it'll give me $5 off. Because let's face it, I spend $100 every time I go up to buy dog food. Dog food is so expensive, especially if you get, like, the good stuff. And anyway, so I call the lady, and then she's like, well, you have to go on the internet and print out the coupon. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to do that. Number one, I do have a printer now. It came with my Mac. It was like free, basically. I have to do the rebate. But up until then, I don't even own a printer outside of that. Or I didn't before. So they're telling me I've got to go kill a tree in order to be able to get my savings. I mean, in this day and age, explain to me how they cannot have software in place to notate the account that I have a $5 credit on there. Why do they want to make it difficult for their customers? So, I mean, I'm not saying they acted out of line or anything like that, other than the store did tell me I'd get my free bag of dog food. But, and now they're telling me they're not doing that. That's kind of uncool, but I'm not going to make a fuss about it. I just don't understand, though. I mean, why do people not embrace technology? Remember, I just dealt with this when I went to the UK, and Customs was giving me a difficult time about entering the country because I didn't take the time to print out my work permit to go there. And I showed it to them on my iPhone, and they're like, why don't you have the piece of paper? And I'm like, well, I don't use paper. And they thought I was being a smart aleck about it, but, I mean, I don't use paper. Or very rarely do I use paper. I mean, why? So it's like, yeah, we need to see it on this type of surface other than this type of surface, right? I mean, come on. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for letting me vent. You're amazing. I love it you let me do that.